What's up, everybody, and welcome to another How To Tuesdays with me, your host, John Katsavos from VO Fitness and the Fitness Oracle. Now, I know you guys may have noticed that I've actually combined um, the two companies. This was done on purpose because the entire reason why was because I want to be able to have these two entities complementing each other. And I've been trying to do this from the very get go. And I just thought that it was the perfect time right now to get all of this done um, in one shot. So I figured, sooner the better. And here we are. So to this week, we are talking about probably one of the most critical aspect of life, if you want, if you will. I know this has a play in everything that you do and everything that you do. But this is breathing. I mean, if you guys haven't figured that out by now, I mean, it's already been almost 3 full days that I've been talking about breathing and the effects and the benefits of it and everything. Um, Yesterday, I released a quick little mini cast on some of the tips and tricks on how to do some really cool breathing techniques. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to look back a little bit at yesterday's blog post where we talked about the 3 breathing techniques that I actually have experimented personally with. There's more different types of breathing techniques that I've experimented with, but in the blog post, I only listed 3. We are going to do from the easiest to the hardest that I consider the easiest to the hardest. These are um, normal breathing, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, and the Valslava technique. The Valslava technique is it's a difficult technique, and you can get some great benefits. You can get some great results to it using it, but it may feel unnatural at times. You may feel exhausted. We'll get into it a little bit later. So let's get off with a normal, quote unquote, normal breathing technique. So, what is the normal breathing technique? When it comes to exercise, when it comes to doing the gym or doing a home workout or doing a walk, it's just hold, hold, hold. So you're holding for 1 second. If you're walking, for example, it's 1 step in, hold the next step, exhale the third step, hold the fourth step. That's what I normal. If The reason why this is quote unquote normal is because when you're doing an exercise, what you're doing is when you lift, let's pick on let for exercise, let's pick on the bench press. It's the easiest thing for me to explain. Or a squat. Let's do a squat. So for a squat, what you're doing at the very top of the squat, let me fix my camera here a little bit. There, that's better. So when you're doing a squat, you're standing up, right? So you're not really breathing. What you are doing, you're inhaling when you go down, right? So you inhale on the way down, you hold your breath a little bit, and then you exhale hard. That's where you hear the people like screaming and yelling to get that extra power, the extra juice to come back up. And then you hold, you catch your breath, and then you rinse and repeat. That is quote unquote normal. It's not written in stone, so you can actually change different breathing techniques. And one way that I like to change that breathing technique is the next one, which is inhale, hold, sorry, inhale on the way down for a squat. Let's use a squat like we were saying before. So you inhale on the way down, you exhale when you're down, and then you inhale on the way up, and then you exhale on the way up when you're at the very top. So you're consistently breathing throughout the entire range of motion. It's a little bit better. And second set, you can actually flip it. So you're exhaling on the way down, inhaling when you're at the bottom, exhaling on the way up, and inhaling when you're at the very top. And then you're rinse and repeat. Now you notice that I am actually breathing through my nose. I'm inhaling through my nose, out through my mouth. This is I spoke today about this on John's Daily Bite. This is actually the correct way of breathing. Breathing through your mouth, or only through your mouth, or only through your nose. You can do it, obviously. You can do it. However, it's not. You don't get all the health benefits from it. Like when you inhale through the nose, the air that's going in, all that quote unquote dirty air, is being filtered through your nose hairs and the mucus, the combination of the nose hairs and the mucus. So by the time it gets down into your lungs, it's a lot cleaner. And it warms up a little bit, so you're not inhaling cold air. And on a very cold Canadian winter, trust me, your nose might burn, but that cold air does not do you any good, and that can actually get you sick. Tip right there. Inhale through your nose. Now, the Valsalva technique. This is a tough one. Like, I personally never, I very rarely use it. It's a technique that a lot of power lifters and strongmen like to use. It's very effective. Do not get me wrong. It's hugely effective, and it can help you lift enormous amount of weight, because it's just the way it's designed. And we're going to go through it a little bit. Actually, we're going to go through it completely. So the whole trick of the Valsalva is to be able to use your mouth. So you're taking in more air, right? Then you have to close your mouth. So you inhale all the air that you can through your mouth. You have to think about inflating. See, like I said, this is a tough one to do, because you have to inflate your chest and your stomach. So you're kind of pushing the diaphragm down. So you're pulling in more air. So you're kind of making like a little bit of a belly, and you're pulling in a lot of air. Then you close your mouth, you bear down, and you think like you're going to do like a bowel movement. And then you lift, but you have to hold that air in. This is what makes the Valsalva so powerful. And this is why power lifters and strongmen use it all the time. If you notice, they have these huge, big bellies, and that's because they're actually getting that diaphragm to come down. When you get that diaphragm to come down, you pull in more air. When you're able to pull in more air, you actually become stronger. I like to throw a little bit of a curveball, especially when I'm not doing really heavy. Like, I will use all that air and as energy, so that when I'm going into my lift phase, let's call it lift phase of the movement, I actually use the energy from the air. This is why you hear bodybuilders yelling in the gym. It's because they need it. They have to do it. They have to And I mean, try it at home. Um, try it at home by yourselves. I'm sure people around you might be thinking, looking at you, saying, "Oh, this guy's crazy." Or here we go again. I know some people do with me, but that's okay. I don't do it at work unless I have to lift something heavy, and then I'm like, then I bear down. I will use the Valslava technique to help me lift and carry whatever heavy object that I have to carry, because it's just that powerful. So those are the three things and the three ways that you can actually help use breathing in order to do something, to do any kind of movement, whatever it is. One more tidbit that I actually want to throw in, and I'm actually going to get a little bit more into this one on the Fitness Oracle mini series later tonight. Well, maybe in about 15-20 minutes. Um, it's a trick that I use that I actually learned when I actually started in Systema, and it's connecting your breathing with your movement. And we'll get into it a lot more into the mini solo cast that I'm going to do, but just a little bit of a teaser into it. So you're basically trying to connect how much you're going to take in, how much air you're going to take in, and you're controlling your exhale. And we can play around with that again, right? We can always play around with our breath. Um, one step in, one step out, 2 steps in, 2 steps out. At one point, I was able to get up to 20 steps in, 20 steps out. But again, that's just a little bit of a teaser of what we're going to get into tomorrow or later tonight. Um, so keep your ears open for that, and your eyes open on either iTunes or Spotify, wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcasts, even Google Podcasts. I'm on there too. So, anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Um, hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's John's Daily Bites. We're releasing a new weekly Wednesday challenge, and later that night we're doing a Q&A with me, so you guys can pop on here at Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching, and you can pop in your questions if you have any questions. I will do, as always, my best to answer whatever questions that you guys may have to the best of my knowledge. And that's it. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys later.